If you thought Hell's Paradise Season 1 was dark, then Season 2 basically the anime version of No Mercy, because this season doesn't just copy the story, it upgrades everything. The tension is higher, the lore is deeper, and the villains feel more terrifying, and the Gabimaru's character becoming even more interesting. And the funniest part is, this anime still not getting the hype it deserves. Like seriously, people will scream about Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, and Chainsaw Man, but Hell's Paradise is quietly sitting in the corner like dangerous snake waiting to bite everyone. So today in this video I am doing a full combined review of Hell's Paradise Season 2 episode rated so far, no separate episode by episode breakdown, because I want this video to feel smooth and easy. I will explain what's happening, what's improving, and the fans what they are saying online, and my honest reaction. And at the end I will be telling you this clearly, watch it or drop it. Now before we start the anime, hello everyone, welcome back to ANIME PTB. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I'll be reviewing it in a simple language, honest style, and no overreacting. I hope you enjoy this video. So far, anyone who forgot the storyline, Hell's Paradise is about the Gabimaru the Hollow, a legendary ninja assassin, a man who was feared by everyone. But here's the twist, Gabimaru is not a villain. He is not a hero either. He is a broken person who only wants one thing, to return to his wife. That's the simple motivation is what makes him different from the typical shonen main character. He doesn't want to become the strongest, he doesn't want fame, he doesn't want to level up also. He just want to live peaceful life with the only person who gave him a love. But he gets captured and the shogunate gives him a final mission. Go to the mysterious island called Shinshinkyu, find the exiler of life, return alive, and you will get the freedom. And obviously it's not a normal Iceland, it is like One Piece. I mean, this is not a normal mission because Shinshinkyu looks like a heaven, but it is literally hell. The island is filled with the poisonous plants, weird monsters, terrifying creatures, and the most dangerous enemies of all time, the Tenzen. Now Season 1 introduced us to the island, and Season 2 is doing something more serious. Season 2 is not about just the survival anymore. Season 2 is all about the truth. Season 2 is all about understanding what Shinshinkyu actually is, why the elixir exists, what the Tenzen really are, and why this island feels like it was designed to destroy the human beings. And that's why Season 2 so far feels like heavier and more mature than the Season 1. Now let's talk about the vibe of the Season 2 so far. The biggest thing I noticed in Season 2 feel like it has more confidence in it. Like the anime knows what it wants to do. It's not wasting time with the random fights. It's not doing meaningless fillers. It's focusing on more and more towards character growth, lore expansion, and high stakes situations. And the island feels more dangerous now. In Season 1 the island was scary because of the unknown. In Season 2 the island is scary because we now understand something. The island is not random. It has set of rules. It has system. It has an ecosystem that supports immortality. And the Tenzen are not just monsters. They are like immortal guardians, but with their twisted goals. Now, on the major focus in Season 2 is power system, Tao. And I will be honest, Tao is one of the best, most confusing power system at the same time. Because on one side, Tao makes fighting feel smarter. It's not just a strength. It's energy, balance and control. And it feels like a mix of spiritual power and the natural life forces. But on the other side, some episodes explain Tao is a way that makes you feel like you need a second brain. And I feel like that's exactly what people are saying online too. Like you will see the comments like, bro, I had to watch the Tao explanation twice. I mean, honestly true, bro. Or you can say that this anime needs subtitles for the subtitles, which I will be reading subtitles. Again, I will be showing subtitles. Very confusing, guys. And honestly, I understand, but I also like it. Because Tao makes Hell's Paradise feel different from the typical shonen. It adds depth, it adds strategy, and it adds the meaning behind power. And in Season 2, you can clearly see Gabimaru slowly changing. It's not just physically, but also mentally. Now let's talk about Gabimaru in Season 2 so far. Gabimaru is still Gabimaru. Calm, deadly and quiet, but he also more human now. Season 1 Gabimaru was like a weapon. He was living but not alive. In Season 2 Gabimaru is like someone trying to become a human again. And this is why he's such a good main character. He's not a perfect, he's not always confident, he's not always brave, he's scared sometimes, he's confused sometimes, and he's emotionally broken. But he keeps moving because he wants to return to his wife. And every time his wife appears in his memories, it doesn't feel like forced romance. It feels like more motivational. It feels like only light inside his darkness. Now Sagiri. Sagiri is one of the most underrated part of this anime because she is not written like a typical anime female character. She is not just there to cry. She is not to be cute. She is not there to be saved. Saigiri is disciplined, strong, and she has her own struggles. She is someone who follows the duty, but she also feels emotional. And her bond with Gabimaru is one of the best things in season 2 so far. It's not a romance, it's not a fan service, it's not a cringe. It's two people surviving hell together. Wow. And that dynamic makes the story feels grounded. Now about the side characters. Hell's Paradise has a lot of characters, and that is both a pro and a con. Because good part is the world feels alive. Many characters have unique personalities, many characters have their own motivation, but the bad part is some characters still doesn't get enough screen time, and sometimes you feel like, bro, I want more of these characters. But overall season 2 is doing better than the season 1 in giving characters more meaning. Now the real nightmare, the Tenzen. Let me tell you something, the Tenzen are the one of the scariest villain groups in the modern anime, and not because they scream, not because they look evil, not because they are edgy. They are scary because they are calm. They talk politely, they smile, and then they kill you like nothing. And the immortality factor makes it worse. Because when you fight a human villain, you think you can defeat them. But when you fight a Tenzen, you feel hopeless. Because they regenerate, they transform, they are like gods. And this is why season 2 so far feels like a nightmare survival story. Now let's talk about what people are saying online, because this is where the fun starts. The general vibe on Reddit and the anime communities is like, one group of the fans screaming like Hell's Paradise is underground, why nobody is talking about it? And honestly, true. Because this anime has everything: action, gore, mysteries, emotional moments, a good power system, unique villains, but it still doesn't get the same mainstream hype. And also some people are saying like Gabimaru is one of the best TMCs, not loud, not cringe, just a real. And I agree, Gabimaru is not like a typical shonen MC who keeps shouting. He is quiet because he is emotionally hit harder. And some are talking about animation too. Some are saying Mappa is cooked, and some are saying the animation is inconsistent, and I think both are somewhat correct. Mappa has some insane scenes in the season 2. Some fights look amazing, some close-ups look beautiful, but yes, sometimes there are scenes that feels like less detailed, not bad but not peak also. So if you are comparing it to the Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 quality, you may feel like slightly lower, but overall it's really good anime. And one thing nobody can deny, that the sound design and the music are top tier. The background music makes Island feel alive, it makes scenes feel heavier, and it makes the fights more intense. Now another common fan comment is the lore is amazing, but it is heavy. And yes, season 2 is focusing more on the lore. We are learning more about this island system and the Tao system and the immortality concept, the real purpose behind the Shinsenkyu, and some viewers love it. Some viewers feel confused, but personally I like it because it makes the story deeper. Now let's talk about the pacing. Season 2 so far has the mixed action and explanations, and honestly that's good, because if it was a non-stop action, the story would feel shallow, and if it was non-stop lore, the story would feel boring. Balance is required, so it's perfectly balanced, and for the most part it works. Now the emotional moments, Hell's Paradise is not just a gore and fighting, it has the emotional scenes too. And in season 2 so far there are moments that hit you unexpectedly, like you think you are watching an action anime and suddenly you get a scene that makes you feel bad for a character, and that's what makes it anime special. Now let's talk about the biggest pros of season 2 so far. Number 1, the stakes feel bigger. Season 1 was all about survival. Season 2 feels like the story is expanding into something larger. And number 2, the villains are still terrifying. Tension are not becoming weaker, they are becoming more threatening. And the third one, character growth is stronger, like Gabimaru, Saigiri and other side characters. And fourth one, the island world building is expanding. We are learning the truth behind the Shinsenkyu, and it's getting more interesting. And fifth one, the anime is still brutal. I mean brutal. It is not a family friendly anime. This anime is the type that reminds you anybody can die. Now talking about the cons, let's be honest, the biggest con is the Tao expansion. Some viewers may feel confused, and if you are watching casually while eating the food, you might miss details and then you will be lost in the storyline. Another con is pacing. Some episodes slow down for the lore, and if you are the type who only wants action, you may feel bored. Another con is screen time. Some side characters still need more focus. And one more thing some fans mentioned is anime consistency. Not every frame is perfect, but overall those cons are not big enough to ruin this season. No, biggest question is watch it or drop it. Here is my honest answer. If you like dark fantasy anime with the action, gore, mystery, emotional moments, world building and a smart fights, then yes, definitely watch it. This season is worth watching weekly. But if you want a light anime with a comedy, romance, harem and bit of itchy moment and simple storyline, then this is not for you. Hell's Paradise is really heavy. Now it's time to rate this anime. I will give solid 8.7 out of 10 because it's doing many things right. Story is deeper, characters are better, villains are scary and the season feels like it's building towards something big. But I'm not going to give 10 out of 10 yet because Tao expansion is sometimes too heavy, pacing is slow in some parts and animation is not 100% consistent, but still 8.7 is a pretty still strong rating. Now my final verdict. Season 2 so far feels like Hell's Paradise is finally becoming what it was meant to be, and the story is not about finding an elixir, it's about understanding life, death, immortality and human emotions. And the best part is this season feels like it's just starting the real arc. So yeah, I am really hyped for it. So that's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, like it, share it and subscribe ANIME PTB and comment below, are you watching season 2 weekly and who is your favorite character so far, Gabimaru, Saigiri or someone else? See you in the next video. Until that, bye bye, sayonara.